To achieve anything in life, you need self-belief and strong determination. Hello everyone, welcome to New Wave Coaching Classes of Mathematics. This is your host Jatin. Today we are going to discuss about a very important concept of mathematics as trigonometry. Trigonometry is a thing which we talk about is used at many places like astronomy, many physical sciences, engineering, and many places if we need to find the height or the distance between anything, we use trigonometry. But what actually is trigonometry? Let's understand this today, right? The word trigonometry itself is derived from three words: tri, gono, and metry. Now, what does this mean actually? Let me divide the word in three parts. So, I have written tri, gono, and metry. Now, tri here means 3. This is 3, right? So, tri, obviously you have already studied tri means 3. This means size, and metry means measure. So, when we say, if we combine these three things, it means 3 sides measurements. So obviously, when we talk about 3 sides, the figure which we use in mathematics have three sides is a triangle, right? So obviously, trigonometry is somewhere a relation between the angles and the ratios of the sides. But before we talk about the different concepts of trigonometry, the trigonometric ratios, let us understand about a very important triangle which we have already discussed, right? Now, it becomes more clear. It's a right angle triangle. Now, if we talk about a right angle triangle, in a right angle triangle, one side always have a fixed name, and that is the side opposite to 90 degree, and that is called as hypotenuse. The other two sides, any of those two sides can be called a base or a height, right? But if we talk about a particular angle, suppose I say this angle C, corresponding to angle C, if I talk about these two sides, then one of the side is called as the opposite side and the other side is called as the adjacent side. So if we say for angle C, AB is side opposite and BC is side adjacent. Right, and obviously hypotenuse, the name will remain fixed. Now, if I change the angle, instead of C, if I take as angle as A, then obviously the opposite side would be BC and the adjacent side would be AB. Right? So these are the things which we will be using when we talk about the trigonometric ratios. Now we will study some ratios with respect to the angles of the triangle, which are also called as trigonometric ratios of the angle. Right? When we talk about the angles, we are specifically telling about acute angles, right? So I write here in short T ratios. If you see the triangle, if you see this triangle, I have 3 sides. I can have basically 3 pairs of ratios. It could be AB by BC, it could be AB by AC, it could be BC by AC. And if I modify, I can have the reverse, means the reciprocal of these ratios also, right? And for a particular angle, we give these ratios some specific names. Let's understand, let's learn about these ratios and what is the relation with respect to the angle, right? Now, I make a triangle again here. So I write the name here as A, B, C. Right. Now, when I say we are talking about trigonometric ratios, we are specifically taking the acute angle. So obviously, we are excluding the angle B, that is the 90 degrees. So we will talk about A and C and angle C only specifically. Now, the first ratio, which is called as sine of A. Now, what is A here? A is the angle. Corresponding to this angle, what this sine means actually? Sine means that the side opposite to angle A upon hypotenuse. Right, if you see in the figure, the side opposite to angle A is BC. So I can write this as BC upon AC. In short, if I talk about this side, we write in short as SIN. It is sine of angle A is opposite upon hypotenuse, and that is BC upon AC. So this is the short form for the sine. Right, so this is one of the ratio. Corresponding to angle A, if I talk about this BC is the opposite side, and obviously AC will remain as hypotenuse. Now, I take the next ratio, that is called as cosine A. In short, this is called as cos A. Right? Now, cosine A is basically side adjacent to angle A upon hypotenuse. Now, since we have taken angle A here, that is why I am writing angle A. If I take angle C here, I will have to change this. I will have to write it angle C. Now, the side adjacent is this side, which includes the angle except the hypotenuse. If I leave, see, when I will be talking about the side, I am not talking about hypotenuse here. I will be specifically talk hypotenuse only. When I say side, there could be one opposite and the other could be the adjacent side. So here we are talking about the adjacent side. That is the side which includes the angle, right? Which is one of the arm of the angle. So side adjacent to angle A is AB upon AC. Or in short, I can write it as cos A is adjacent upon hypotenuse, and this is AB upon AC. Right? Now the next ratio can be also called as the ratio of these two ratios. Ratio of these two ratios, what we get in that case, the third ratio is called as tangent. Tangent A, and that is if I take the ratio of these two ratios, that will be side opposite to angle A upon side adjacent to angle A. Right? So tangent A is also equal to sine A upon cos A. That is one of the relation. Then I can also divide. If I divide these two things, obviously the hypotenuse gets cancelled. So it will be something opposite side upon the adjacent side. Right. Now if I talk about the opposite side to the angle A, so that is BC upon AB. Right. And this tangent, in short, it is called as tan A. Right. So these are the three basic T ratios, trigonometric ratios. The other three ratios are the reciprocals of these ratios. Right. Now I talk about the fourth one. I talk about cotangent. Cotangent A. In short, it is called as cot A. Now this cot is a reciprocal of tan. This means it could be written as cos A upon sin A also. It could be written as adjacent upon opposite. And obviously the adjacent side is AB upon BC. Now, why these things are important? Because for a specific angle, we have the values for the T ratios. And how to calculate? We calculate this way, right? Then the fifth one is secant. Secant A. The secant, in short, it is called as sec A. This is the reciprocal of cos. And obviously cos A was adjacent upon hypotenuse, so this will be hypotenuse upon adjacent. And then the hypotenuse is AC and the adjacent side is AB. Last T ratio, that is the reciprocal of sine, and it is called as cosecant A. In short, we write it as cosec, and this is the reciprocal of sine. That means it will be hypotenuse upon opposite, and that means this is AC upon BC. So these are basically the 6 T ratios which we'll be using in the different concepts, right? Now the question is how and where we are going to use these T ratios. So in the initial stage, that is the beginning in your grade 10 class, what we will do, we'll understand how we can find the different sides. If one of the ratio is given, how we can find the different other ratios of the triangle. If the sides of triangle are given and the right angle triangle, how we can find the values of different T ratios. Let's try it out some of the questions from the book itself. Okay, before we do the questions from the exercise, I take an example. Suppose I have a right angle triangle. I write the name of the triangle as ABC, and I say suppose this angle I write it as theta. Right. Now, what is given to me that the side of the triangle is given. This is 5 centimeters. Say suppose this is 13 centimeters. Now I have it's asked in the question. I have to find the value of all the T ratios. So how I can do it? Now the first step would be, since I am using all the 3 sides, so I need to have the value of all the 3 sides, right? Now since we have a right angle triangle, so it's very easy to find the third side if 2 sides are given, because we have a very popular theorem that is called as Pythagoras theorem, which we can use to find the third side of the right angle triangle. So if I say by Pythagoras theorem, I write AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So if I simplify this, I get the value of AB as 12 centimeter. Right. Now the first step would be obviously to find the third side of the triangle, then to find the ratios. Now I have to find the ratio corresponding to the angle theta. Right. This theta could be, it can be here also, it can be on the other side also. If the angles are different, the value of the T ratios also changes. Let's see how. If I say sine theta, now I know the relation sine is opposite upon adjacent. Right? The sine is opposite upon, sorry, it's not opposite upon adjacent, but it is opposite upon hypotenuse. Now, what is opposite side? To angle theta, that is AB, and the adjacent side, which is, that is AC. Now, I have the value of both the sides. AB is 12 and AC is 30. So, I get the value of sine theta as 12 by 30. Next, if I need to find the cos theta, I'm just putting a line here. Why I'm putting this line? Because if we change the angle, then how the values will change. That will also understand. Now, first we find the values corresponding to this angle, then we'll find the value corresponding to this angle. Now, cos theta, I know with the relation I have adjacent upon hypotenuse. So that is BC upon AC. So that comes out to be 5 by 30. Quite easy. Then we talk about tan theta, that is opposite upon adjacent. Now, what is the opposite side? Opposite side to theta is AB, and that to the adjacent side to the theta is BC. So this gives me value 12 by 5. Now the other three ratios are the reciprocals, so I can directly write the values. I write cot theta is 1 by tan theta. So I can write it as 5 by 12. Then talk about secant theta. It is 1 by cos theta. I get the value as 13 by 5. Then I have cosec theta. That is reciprocal of sin theta. And I get the value as 13 by 12. Now, if I change the angle, if instead of theta, suppose I take this angle as, okay, I take it as alpha. Right? Now, what is the value of sine alpha here? Now, if I say this opposite upon hypotenuse, now the side opposite to angle alpha is BC. So it means the value of sine alpha would be 5 by 30. So see how the value changes if we change the angle. Now cos alpha, it would be 12 by 30. Tan alpha, that is opposite upon adjacent. So that becomes 5 by 12. And similarly, if I find the value of other three T ratios also, then also the values will change, right? So make sure whenever you're taking the angle, you should know correctly which side you're taking, which ratios you're taking, right? Now, what other kind of question we can have? Now the other type of question can be that one of the ratio is given to us. Suppose it is given that sine theta is say 5 by 7. This one of the ratio is given to us and I need to find all the other ratios. How we can do it now, right? So there are two ways. One other way is this way. We make a triangle. We find the third side and then we can find the T ratios, right? The other thing which, the other way by which we can find the T ratios is using trigonometric identities that we'll be studying in the later stage of this chapter, right? So first we talk about the way we are already doing. So whenever you're finding the T ratios, always make a triangle first, name the triangle. It's your choice, you can name it anyway, right? And either of these acute angle, I'm just repeating again, you have to take the acute angle, any of the two acute angles, you can put it as theta. So I suppose I put it here, taking the base angle, theta, right? Now this sine theta is equal to 5 by 7. Now it doesn't mean that one of the side is 5 and the other side is 7, because this is a ratio. 10 by 14 will also give you 5 by 7. 15 upon 21 will also give you 5 by 7. 20 upon 28 will also give you 5 by 7. It means we don't know what the actual sides are. So what we can do? Let's see. We know that sine of any angle is equal to opposite upon hypotenuse. Alright, this is the first step we have to write. Now the side opposite to angle theta is AB and the adjacent side is AC. And this ratio is equal to 5/7. Now remember, dear friends, when you learned about ratios in your junior classes, how you used to do? You used to take some variable with the ratio to specify the value of that thing. So here also we'll do the same thing. Now we write let AB is equal to 5m. You can take m, n, o, p, any variable. You can take k also. It's your choice. Instead of m, because m is also a small symbol for meter, so we take k here. And I take AC equals to 7k. Now what is this k? K is basically the common factor between the two things. We don't know, it could be anything, right? Now, first step after this would be to find the third side. Now AB is 5k, this is 5k, this is 7k. Now I need to find BC. And how can I find? I can find it using the Pythagoras theorem. So I write by Pythagoras theorem, I write AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Now AC is 7k. This means it becomes 49k square. AB is 5k, it becomes 25k square, and then we have BC square. Now, solving it, I get BC square equals to 24k square. And obviously, if I find the value of BC, when we take the square root, we take both the positive and negative values. But here we are only considering about the positive value. Why we are not considering negative values? This is little bit beyond your grade topic of trigonometry. You will learn about this in higher studies, where you will take both the positive and negative values also, right? But now we are only taking the positive value. Now here, BC will be equal to square root of 24 into k. Now this 24 square root can be written, we can find the prime factors of this 24. Now this is 4 into 6. So this will be, BC will be equal to 2 root 6 k. Now we write the value here, 2 root 6 k. Now we have got the third side, and we can find the remaining t ratios using these relations. So if I talk about cos theta, that is adjacent upon hypotenuse. The adjacent side is BC and the hypotenuse is AC. So that is 2 root 6k upon 7k, k cancels out, and we have 2 root 6 by 7. Similarly, if I talk about tan theta, so that will be, say, 5k upon 2 root 6k. Again k cancels, and that is 5 by 2 root 6. And similarly, we can find the other three t ratios also, right? Now let's take some questions from the NCERT book, exercise 8.1. There are many questions which are the same as I have discussed, the examples which I have discussed here. That questions can be done by yourself, right? I take some different questions. Alright, let's have the sixth question first. Question number 6. Now it's given, if angle A and angle B are acute angles such that cos A is equal to cos B, then show that angle A is equal to angle B. Now what is given here? That cos of angle A is equal to cos of angle B. And I need to prove that angle A is equal to angle B. This is exercise 8.1 of NCERT book for grade 10. Question number 6. I make a triangle here. Now this A and B both are acute angles, so obviously this is A, B, and C will come here. Now let's see the proof here. Right. If we talk about the ratio cos, now cos is basically adjacent upon hypotenuse. So if I find the ratio of cos A from this triangle, the value of cos A would be AC upon AB. Similarly, if I find the value of cos B, it will be BC upon AB. Now it is given that cos A is equal to cos B. So I write cos A is equal to cos B. Given. Then I put the values. This is AC by AB and this is BC by AB. If I cancel out this AB on both sides, what I am left with is AC is equal to BC. Now when the two sides of a triangle are equal, the triangle is called an isosceles triangle, and we have a special property in isosceles triangle that the angles opposite to equal sides are equal. Now the angle opposite to AC is angle B, so I write angle B here, and the angle opposite to BC is angle A, and I have the reason angles opposite to equal sides. So this gives us the proof of this question. Let's take one more question from this exercise. Alright, we talk about the seventh question. Now in the question number 7, it is given that the value of cot theta is 7 by 8, and we have to find something. Before we find something, we do something here. We find the three sides of the triangles first. I put this as theta. Now cot theta is basically adjacent upon opposite. Now the adjacent side to theta is BC and the opposite side is AB. So I write let BC equals to 7K and AB equals to 8K. Now using again the Pythagoras theorem, I write AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. And the reason by Pythagoras theorem. Now, the square of AB, that is 8K, it will be 64K square. And that of BC, it would be 49K square. On adding these two, I get the value as 130K square. This means the value of AC, we get it as under root, that is square root of 130 into K. So, I just write the values here. This is 7K. This is 8K and this is 113K. Right? Now let's simplify. Now the first thing they have given, the first part they have given is we have to find the value of 1 minus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta upon 1 minus cos theta into 1 plus cos theta. Now instead of substituting the values directly, we can also apply one of the identity which we have learned in the polynomials, that a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. So I just apply the identity. This is 1 minus sine square theta upon 1 minus cos square theta. Now I substitute the values. Now sine theta is opposite upon adjacent. Now this is sine theta, theta is here, now the opposite is 8K and the hypotenuse is 130. So this is opposite upon hypotenuse. I write the square of this upon 1 minus cos theta is adjacent upon hypotenuse, so that is 7K upon under root 113K whole square. So that is 1 minus 64, this K cancels here also. So this is 64 and upon 113 upon 1 minus 49 upon 113. Now if I simplify the numerator and denominator separately, In numerator, I get it as, on simplifying, this is 49 upon 113. And the denominator, I get it as 64 upon 113. This 113 cancels and I get the value as 49 by 64. And the second part, it is given as, I have to find the value of cot square theta. Cot theta is already 7 by 8. So cot square theta would be the square root of 7 by 8. That will be 49 upon 64. Right, dear friends? So this was the solution of the 6th and 7th question. Let's take one more question of this exercise. Now let's take the last question of this exercise. Is given in triangle PQR, right angle Q, PR plus QR is 25 centimeter. The value of PQ, one of the sides is given as 5 centimeter. And we have to find the value of three ratios: sine, cos, and tan. Now we make a triangle PQR. Now, if I have to find three sides of, if I have to find the ratios, I need to have all the three sides of the triangle. So, first step would be to find three sides of the triangle. In triangle PQR, by Pythagoras theorem, I write PF square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. I substitute the values. Now, PR plus QR is given to me as 25 centimeter. So, I can substitute the value of PR from here as 25 minus QR. Let us substitute the value here. PQ is already given to me as 5 and then plus QR square. Now I open this using the identity of A minus B whole square, that is A square plus B square minus 2AB. So that is 625 plus QR square minus 50 QR equals to 25 plus QR square. This QR square gets cancelled. So 625 minus 50 QR is equal to 25. Simplifying this thing, I get the value of QR as 12 centimeter and substitute the value of QR here and I get the value of PR as 13 centimeter. Now I have all the three sides. This PQ is 5 centimeter, PR is 13 and PQ is 12 centimeter. Now if I have to find sine P, I know sine is opposite upon hypotenuse, so that will be 12 by 13. Cos is adjacent upon hypotenuse, that will be 5 by 13. And similarly, the value of tan P, the tan is basically opposite upon adjacent, so that will be 12 by 5. Right? So this was all about the T ratios and some of the questions based on T ratios. In the coming sections, we'll be discussing more about trigonometry. Right, dear friends? So this was all about trigonometry. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. This is your host signing off. Goodbye and take care.